Yo, people, what's going on? We're back again with another footy talk. Yo, Lewis, what you telling me?
I'm all good, bro. What you saying, man? United already giving you lot of stress in day one, bruv.
I don't know. It was a shit game, bro, but it's not really stress, bro. There was like, I think 4 first-team players in the squad. To be honest, it wasn't a game worth watching, but yeah, I mean, man watched it for, you get me, the man them, bro. Like, it was a game that I could have done with not watching. I'll be
It was
honest.
one
Like,
of those where it's like it's part of the job, innit? Fuck it.
yeah, bro. Like it's one of them games I could have done with not watching. Do you know what I mean? Like it's super reactionary to even try and take anything from the game. The only thing that I didn't like about the game was that I didn't see any new patterns of play or anything new that has been implemented. But other than that, nothing to take from it, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know half the players out there. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. I saw the likes of Maguire, Mount Rashford. I just figured it would have been a
no,
stronger
Maguire
team.
didn't play.
He didn't.
No, bro. Maguire didn't play. Evans played centre.
From the thumbnail, then my
Yeah,
bad.
I put Maguire in the thumbnail thinking he was going to play, then he didn't play, bro. So there was no Maguire, no Ahmad, no Anthony, no Sancho. There was no Onana. There was bare man missing. I can't lie. No Lindelof either. Like it was only Wan-Bissaka, Cass, Mount, and Rashford. That was it. Four.
Four
So, yeah,
first. All right,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, not too bad then. And to
But
be
the
honest,
football was
like you've
awful,
already
though.
mentally checked out anyway since the whole re-signing.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just waiting for all the players to get back so I can really, do you know what I'm saying? Really see what I got. And then I can judge. By the last game against Liverpool, which I believe is on the 4th of August, I'll know everything I need to know about how the season is gonna go.
Hear that.
So yeah, we're just waiting now.
Did Kyle Walker make team of the tournament?
Yeah, brother. I don't know how Kyle Walker's made it and Guehi hasn't made it, bro. You know what I mean? But you know what? Kyle Walker's got amazing PR because Kyle Walker's been awful.
That is crazy. How has he done that? Look, the whole midfield and the attack, I hear it all. It was going to be a lot.
Walker as a right back as well. And Walker didn't even really play right back this tournament. He played in a back three for most of the games. Or back
that
five.
Is mental.
Not even Carvajal, you know. They just didn't want to give it to Carvajal. They didn't want to give it to too many Spanish man, so they tried to kind of switch it up, bro.
No, I hear it, but like, bro, the whole midfield's Spanish.
And it needed
Two of
to
the
be.
forwards are Spanish. Like,
It needed to be.
Dumb. This is so stupid. Because I genuinely don't see the reason behind it. He was cheeks defensively. He was cheeks offensively. Did you just have to fulfill a quota and just add an English player?
I've no idea, bro. I think they did it, but bro, it's charity, innit?
That's crazy, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, Walker over Carvajal is an absolute stinker. And Guehi,
even the red card shouldn't be a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
That as like a last minute take one for the team.
To save his country. It was a great red card to take.
Yeah, like nothing bad about that. They were like down to 10 men for the best part of a minute or two.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is what it is. But I thought Guehi was brilliant at centre back, bro. He's a shout. There were loads of players that were in for a shout, man. To be fair, Cody Gakpo had a good tournament. He didn't play well against England, though.
Yeah.
I think
the only player I was worried about for that game.
For the Dutch played well as well. There's quite a few players, man, but they're just not from big nations, innit? Like there's a shout for the Turkey left back. There's a shout for
Kvaratskhelia goal.
Yeah, but it's just maybe they're looking at the guys that got the furthest in the tournament. That's all I can think of. But I
could understand it being heavy Spanish.
Yeah, bro. It should have been Carvajal.
Out of all the big teams, they were the only ones that actually were playing like a big team. They were dominating. They were good defensively, good offensively. So heavy Spanish team, I'm fine with that. But yeah, that Walker decision is crazy.
It's criminal, but this is football though for us now. Yeah, like PR overshadows ability now in football, and it has for some time. But I'm just getting to grips. I'm getting to grips with it, but I'm always gonna fight it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's a disgrace, man. It's an absolute disgrace. A lot of the stuff that's getting peddled right now.
When you see ITV saying, "We're proud of you guys. We're proud of Southgate. We're proud of England."
Bro, the Southgate thing's crazy, you know. You know what? The Southgate thing's crazy in the sense that I fully trust the FA to somehow find a manager that's worse than Southgate, blood. I'm seeing Lee Carsley linked with the job because he's the under 21
with the job.
Poch, and I'm seeing fucking what's his name?
Tuchel.
Nah, fuck Tuchel, bro. We need, bruv. They just need to give it to Graham Potter. I'll be honest. Nah, they gotta give it to Graham Potter.
I feel like Tuchel would do good in international football.
I don't want a foreign manager, bro.
How come?
Because they're foreign. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just but like, they can still be a good coach.
It doesn't matter. I don't think international football is about that. You know what I mean? I don't think international football
again broke up a bit for me.
I don't think international football is about having foreign managers, bro. I think international football is about getting the best players from your country and getting the best manager from your country. That's what I believe international football is about. This ain't club football, innit? So a lot of people might not agree with me, but brother, for me, nah, man. If you weren't born in a country, you shouldn't be the manager of the country. That's the way I see it. Unless if you're one of them smaller nations, yeah, that are trying to grow the sport and you think someone might be able to come in and help improve, then that's fine. But for me, nah, bro. This is England, yeah. It's supposed to be one of the greater footballing nations. So find an English manager.
I hear the mindset, but for me, I just want to win. I really couldn't care less. But I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, but it's not just about winning, bro. It's how you win too, though. It's how you win too, though. No English managers won the Premier League. These men are talking about how great England is and it's coming home and we invented the sport. So have your own fucking manager. Why do you need a foreign one?
I hear it. For me, though, I just want to win. Like, I don't know if England coaches.
I hear that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I hear that, but just keep it within England, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because then there's no excuses. Because you look at Portugal now, they got a fucking Spaniard as their manager, bro. Like, how crazy is that? That's fucking ridiculous, bro. Like, if you know the history,
when you think about
the history of the countries, it's fucking crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine having a Welsh England manager, bro, or a Scottish one.
The only thing I would say is they have a lot more pressure on them. Like, if they were to have a bad tournament and underachieve, they wouldn't get given the same PR as Southgate gets given, for example.
I hear it, but remember when we had Sven-Göran Eriksson? Look how that went.
Yeah.
We fucking hated him. And the other guys hated Fabio Capello as well, bro. Like, culture matters, bro. Like, why are we going to pretend that it don't matter? It fucking matters, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man don't want no foreign manager. And I don't see the point in having one.
For me, it's just like, if you're good enough, you're good enough.
Yeah, but international football's not about that, though. Club football's about that. International football's not about that.
So you're saying it's more about you have to get the best from your nation specifically.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I interpret international football.
I can't even argue against that. I get your side.
Because then, if that's not the case, yeah, then what I would do is the FA, I would go and I'd find all the foreign players that play in the Premier League that haven't played for their country, and I'll just get them to play for England. Why not?
You found what?
I would go and I would get all the foreign players that have played in the Premier League for a certain amount of time that are eligible to play for England, and I'd select them then because they're better than the English players. How would that go down? Because they tried to get Arteta to play for England. Some of you lot probably ain't even old enough.
I vaguely remember that.
Bro, imagine that. Imagine England just said, oh, what? You ain't played for your country and that, what, you're 26, come play for England and that. And we had half the team, a man that weren't born here, bro. Do you think
England tried that already? Like, I'm sure there's some players that they've just given the one appearance to just to lock them down as English.
Yeah, bro. And Almunia, they try to do it with as well, bro. Imagine if we done that. Like what these man done with Greg Rosetsky in the fucking tennis and that, bro. And he's fucking Canadian, bro. Bro, nah, bro. I don't want to see that. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe I'm just shameless because I just take anything that's good enough for us.
They tried it with Pepe Reina as well. Get the best English manager.
Wait, they tried that with Reina?
Bro, they tried it because he wasn't getting no Spanish.
Okay, I don't remember that one.
Bro, get the best English manager and get the best English players, bro. The end, bruv. Man don't want to hear none of that. If you don't have an English grandparent at least, bro, allow it. Man, I'm not trying to see this shit. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to see this shit, bro. Like, it doesn't make no sense. It's called international football, yeah? You represent your country versus other countries. So why is this manager not from that country? Do you get it? That's the way I see it, bro. That's the way I see it.
You're thinking it from a more moral perspective, where it's like you got to win with people who are just straight English.
But that's what it is, though.
Fair enough.
Imagine it if it was GB boxing, yeah, but all the coaches, yeah, were fucking Puerto Rican or something like that. Imagine that. Imagine we went to the Olympics with Great Britain boxing and all the coaches were from South America or something like that. That ain't GB boxing, is it? Is it?
I mean, if the boxers are British, no.
Nah, because it's not. Do you know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense.
I don't know. For me, it would just be if the boxers are British, like, shit, I don't really care too tough.
Bro, listen.
But like, I hear your points. I get where you're coming from with it. It makes sense. For me, it's just like, look, if there's a baller manager who wants to come manage England, I'm here for it.
Hey, bro, if this is terrible logic, yeah, then put your opinion in the chat. There's no point saying it's terrible logic.
How am I being a sheep when I'm saying I still have my stance on it?
Your logic?
No, wait, hold up. How am I being a sheep when I'm literally saying I still have my stance, but I understand Rants' stance too? Why do I have to just say his stance is wrong and I'm not listening to it? I get his point. I would just still take a foreign manager if they were good enough because I want to win. But I understand where he's coming from. That ain't me being no sheep. That's me listening to another person's opinion.
But you know what the wickedest thing is, yeah? You'll get idiots, yeah, that will make comments, but then they don't give their opinion. What's your opinion then, smarty pants? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I've got logic behind all of my fucking opinions, bro. It's called international football. It's England versus Spain. But if none of the coaching staff are English, it's not England versus Spain, is it? Is it? Well, it can't be. You're either English or you're not. You get it? Like, bro, it's not. There's not really a gray area. Do you know what I'm saying? If your brother that grew up in Spain, played for the Spanish national team, yeah, and then you're managing England, you're not English, bruv. Do you get me? So that don't make no sense.
Players like that, they have to have some sort of English in their blood or from their family line,
bro.
And that's how they get in. So I get where you're coming from, because internationally you could literally
just saying half the team don't have Italian grandparents. Newsflash, yeah. If you're born in a country, yeah, then it's your country. It is, bro. So the grandparents thing, that's dumb, bro.
Yep.
You're a fucking idiot. My grandparents weren't born in this country, but guess what? Yeah, I have a fucking British passport. I was born here, bro.
That's where this debate over managers is coming from.
Means I'm just as English as fucking
some connection to the country. You're either born there or you have blood related to it. Whereas if a manager,
I'm just as English as fucking Irish Declan Rice, mate. I'm just as
from Denmark right now and just say, "Yep, you're our manager."
But and this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. Declan Rice, Jack Grealish are fucking Irish, mate. They got Irish grandparents. I think Rooney's got Irish grandparents. Their grandparents is English as mine.
But they were born in the country, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's how they made it. So it's like one or the other in terms of players, and I get where you're coming from, the manager, because it doesn't have to involve any of that. There could be no roots, no relation to England, and they can take the job, and you don't morally agree with it, which is where I get your stance, which is, again, why I'm not being a sheep on this topic to the idiots in the chat. I'm just hearing another stance.
But this is what I'm trying to say, bro, because the thing is, yeah, if international football wasn't about people from that country, yeah, representing that country, then why don't England just go and get a whole backroom staff full of Spanish people, yeah, and just run it that way? It would fucking devalue. It would devalue the whole thing.
That's the thing, because then they'd be like, yo, so what's up with you lot's coaches then? Can't trust anyone from your nation like that. I get.
Well, there you go. Like, man can't be doing this. It's coming home. Oh, yeah, like it's the home of football and that. But then you can't find an English manager. What's going on?
I just think Shame's already lost where we've been doing It's Coming Home for how long and it's never come home.
My thing
so
is,
I was like, I just want it to come home at this point. I'm tired.
Bro, when you talk with so much vim, yeah, and it's the home of football, find an English manager, big man. That's all I'm saying. Because it's not like there's not English managers out there. Eddie Howe's out there.
No,
Graham Potter's out there. Do you know what I mean? So don't tell me there's not managers, bro. There's not an English manager has not won, yeah. An English manager has not won the Premier League, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But the fact is, there's enough English managers out there to fucking do it, bro. And a lot of these English managers are coaching these players at the youth, at the younger levels as well. The likes of the Michael Carricks as well.
Lee Carsley, I think, who's linked to the job too. I think it's the under-21s coach.
He is, but that's what I'm saying. Give it to one of these men and see what they can fucking do.
I don't even mind. At least Lee Carsley's worked with a lot of those players, so that makes sense.
But even if he hasn't, there is still an identification that these men know the players, they know the culture in the country, they know all of these things, bro. Do you know what I mean? The biggest things, yeah, that a lot of fucking people in their country, yeah, when they're complaining about immigration, yeah, most of the time they're complaining about people not adhering to their culture. You don't need to worry about that if you got a fucking English manager. You don't need to worry about that because cultural differences do fucking matter. That's the reason why I'm seeing Ten Hag falling out with Sancho and falling out with these other guys, because of cultural difference.
Was there any issue with the likes of Capello when he was here?
It was the same issue with Capello. The same.
I remember he had his problems with the media, but I don't really remember too much in terms of players.
Capello fell out with the players. Sven-Goran Eriksson, bro. It's a cultural thing. It's a fucking cultural thing. An English manager is going to know all of these players. He might know them personally. And if he doesn't know them personally, he knows their game. He knows their past. Do you know what I mean? He knows everything, bro. Man will know what teams they played for coming up, what managers they played for, because the network's not very big. Do you know what I mean? So my man might know the guy that coached Sancho at Watford, or they'll know Jason Wilcox, or they'll know this person, or they'll know that person. It's a lot easier, yeah, to control, yeah, the fucking dressing room and to control where the football's going, yeah, if there's some sort of familiarity. There has to be. You go and get another manager. He might be a good manager, but there's been a good manager and there's been a good manager for these players. It's not the same thing. You can be a very good manager, but you do not suit the culture. Unai Emery was a very, very good coach, but he wasn't the right coach for Arsenal.
Yeah.
He wasn't the right one. Do you know what I'm saying? So
some managers don't work in a certain climate. That's facts.
Well, there you go. So you got to understand, just being a good coach ain't enough. It ain't enough. You need to be a good coach, but you need to be the right coach for this environment. And when I look at this environment of these English players, yeah, certain managers just ain't going to work, bro. They're just not going to work.
The more I think about it, yeah, maybe a Tuchel ain't going to work then.
Tuchel ain't working with these players. They've just gone from softly Southgate, yeah. They probably need to get someone in like a Graham Potter that's a more tactical version of Southgate, because Southgate is still more of a gently approach manager. If they go from Southgate to a fucking authoritarian, shit's gonna go out the window, bro. We'll get worse.
I hear it. I hear it. Yeah, you know,
people need to think about it. Imagine they get Pochettino, bro, and a lot of the the man are gonna be.
Pochettino would be a bit more the softly as well, to be fair.
They might be talking to a man that was at Chelsea. Bro, they'll holler at man that was at Chelsea. Them man are laughing at him, bro. He ain't getting no respect if he goes to England, bro. Let's be real. He's not getting no respect. It's got to be Potter.
Madly enough, I'll say Poch would have the players on side. It's just that would be it.
For 5 minutes.
It wouldn't be any better on the pitch.
For 5 minutes, though. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be Potter or it's got to be Eddie Howe. It has to be one of them two. If there's anyone that's not them two, then it might as well still be Southgate. It might as well still.
What about Lee Carsley? You say no to him as well?
I don't.
It's more an experience thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's managing the youth team, but I just don't care, bro. You know, like that. Like I just don't care, bro. It's not the same. You get what I'm saying? I think he deserves a chance based on the fact that Southgate took the same route. But at the same time, yeah, youth football and men's football is not the same. It's not really
I
the
hear
same.
it. I hear it. Sometimes you need an adjustment period. Even like with like Maresca, he struggled in his first like serious job. He had to go and get a second one after going back to Man City. So yeah, I get that.
But that's what I mean. He won the under 21s, and also Southgate took the same route. So if they did give him the job, I would understand it, because it would almost be like they're grooming him for the job.
Yeah.
So, like, I'd give him the benefit of the doubt.
What makes the most sense, though? Seems like the easiest one to pull out.
Yeah, but I don't want to see Tuchel. And I do not want to see fucking Pochettino, bro. Less of that, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think there's enough English managers here that deserve an opportunity. Like Potter showed what he can do with Ostersund with dealing with a young squad and getting man through the leagues. Eddie Howe done the same thing at Bournemouth. People even are throwing Gary O'Neill's name in there, and obviously Lee Carsley's there. There's 4 managers there. I'm not trying to see Tuchel, bro. I'm not trying to see Tuchel. And I'm not trying to see fucking Pochettino. There's no way. So I don't know. It'd be interesting.
I think about it, like Graham Potter seems to make the most sense.
Yeah, for me, he does.
Eddie Howe, you have to pull him away from Newcastle at least.
Now,
still in 2 question whether that's the best one for him. Like Potter's been waiting for the right project, and like England should be perfect.
I'd think so. It'd be interesting. It definitely seems like he's waiting for something, because he's turned down quite a few jobs.
I want to see how he handles a job with that level of pressure, because I don't think he got given a fair rep at Chelsea. The more that time's passed of it, that brother had to deal with the worst Chelsea squad in my life and still had us defending pretty well. So it is what it is, man. Like, he only got sacked because the record was just that embarrassing. We had to get rid of him.
Yeah, in fact, you lot fucked up his CV, man, because he was looking like one of the most promising managers, and then you man put a blemish on the CV, bro. It'd be interesting to see if you do that with Maresca as well.
I don't know. I feel a lot more confident going into next season now, but obviously it still remains to be seen. I need to see what Maresca has for us. For me, like, I'm confident in the players that we have, and I just think we're going to improve because Poch is out the door.
What's your opinion on Nico Williams? You lot have been linked with Nico Williams. I think he goes to Barcelona, but they're saying that Chelsea are trying to muscle their way into negotiations on that.
I honestly think he stays at Bilbao, if anything. Like, the wages that he's asking for, I think, are just too much for anybody. From what I'm hearing, the Europa League final, I think, is in Bilbao, and they're in the Europa League as well. So I think it makes enough sense for him to just wait another year, and I don't really see him in that much of a push to leave either. Like, he seems like he'll leave for the right wages. Like, there's a price for it, but he also seems content in just staying. So I actually don't think he goes anywhere. I don't think we can afford him. I don't think Arsenal can afford him. I don't think Barca can afford him. So I think he just stays.
Fairs. Big up Dominic. He said it's going to be how and then Poch to Newcastle due to Michelle at Newcastle. Be Poch interesting. Mitchell, you mean? Mitchell. Yeah, he worked with Mitchell before at Spurs and Southampton, I believe.
It's going to be how then Poch to Newcastle due to Michelle. And
he means Mitchell. Paul Mitchell.
Oh, Paul Mitchell. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I see how you got there. But and to be fair, Newcastle, Eddie Howe, his second season, he wasn't feeling it the way the first season is. I think Eddie Howe could be tempted. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, because like there's a project going on in Newcastle too. Yeah, they still took a bit of a step back last season, but he's there for another year. He's got 1 game a week, which will suit Newcastle as well. So I don't know. I can't really read Eddie Howe's situation too well right now. Facts. It could go either way on that one. England's England at the end of the day. You'll still take it if it's there.
Yeah. Man said,
Nico wants like 300k a week or something.
Yeah, like, because he's on about 200 bags now, isn't it?
Yeah. So I kind of get from his perspective, but like we're also trying to keep to a tight wage structure. So I don't think we're gonna go for that. No, that's why these Nico Williams links, they've been dead for a couple weeks for me now.
No, I hear it. So I don't see him moving to England. I think it's Barca or he stays where he is.
Yeah, I think he just stays at Bilbao personally.
Yeah, it makes sense. I said Jose and Wenger know the English game inside out, so I'd happily take them. Don't want Poch though. I get that non-English managers winning with England's a bit of an L, so I'd just take Lee Carsley. Bro, it is an L. It is. If we're being real, yeah, you don't do this. Is coming home of football, this, that, and the other, then go and get a foreign manager to win because all of your managers have failed. Because that's an admittance that your managers are not good enough. Is it not? Is it not?
Directly.
It really is. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can't talk the wicked talk the way England talk wicked and then go get a foreign coach. You can't do that.
My whole thing is that I already thought England just talked way too much in general. I was just trying to get the night out if we won.
Yeah.
I've had that for like 3 tournaments in a row. If we win, generational night out. And so, yeah, we're never winning because we have this idiot in charge. How about just get me someone that can get us over the line? But again, I hear it. The moral perspective on it, like you need to do it with somebody from your nation or with some sort of links to the nation. I get that.
100%. Do you know what I mean? And even Jose and Arsene, yeah, Jose had been in this country for so long. He's probably got kids that were born here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he understands the culture a lot better than some of these other managers. So his thing might be kind of an exception to the rule because he knows the culture and he knows these players because he's kind of rooted here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's got roots here. But bruv, these other man, they can get out of here, man. Tuchel, bruv. Get out of here, man. I ain't trying to see no Tuchel. Man said Justin Chelsea are waiting for suitors to show their hand for Gallagher. Value in between 40 and 50 million.
Yeah, that's that homegrown tax, bro.
Spurs likely to, bro. If Spurs give you 50 million for Gallagher, bro, them man are, bro. They go down in my estimation even further if that's possible.
Spurs aren't gonna do it. Spurs, like this is Daniel Levy. It's another repost because there's no update on the Gallagher situation. The value might go down because this guy is just going to keep holding us back and like waiting things out. I think he's low key waiting for his contract to run out so he can get the sign-on fee. But Spurs, I think they're also waiting for that too. We know what Tottenham are like. If there's a cheaper alternative, they'll take the cheaper alternative. They aren't going to pay 50 million for a guy with a year left on his contract. You're not getting that from them. They will wait a whole year, take him on a free.
Yeah. I hear it. That would make more sense. He's not worth 40, 50 million, bro. So, yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That brother's like 30 million on a good day.
Nah, definitely. So, yeah, I can't see that. But they're probably looking at it and saying, yo, Rice went for 105 million. This is the madness. This is what I mean,
like, I'd be happy to do the whole, if Rice cost 100, then we can raise Gallagher's valuation because that brother is just Gallagher with better tackling from what I saw in the Euros.
We just got to move them on.
Get rid. But I'm waiting for Atletico, if anything. They seem the most realistic option. But Atletico, because they're linked with him as well. I don't know if anyone brought the links up earlier, but they're like the real serious link. But the thing with Atletico is, if you're going to sell to Atletico, you need to lower that valuation because the homegrown tax ain't there no more. So now we ain't 50 million. Now you're looking at probably 30, 35.
No, I hear it. No, that's crazy. I big up man said Rants. I don't think you had a moral issue when Martinez managed Portugal and Belgium and he's Spanish. I did. I said if I was Portuguese and a Spanish man was managing my country, I'd lose it. That's what I said. Like them countries hate each other.
Fair enough.
That's crazy. That even make no sense. I be real. Like the Belgium thing, cool, whatever, in it. Whatever. But there's no reason for a Spaniard to be managing Portugal. There's no reason. You get me? That's crazy. That's like, bro, an English brother managing Ireland, bro. Do you think they would have it? Do you think they would have it? Bro, what?
Imagine that.
Bro, if they announced an English manager, for Ireland, bro, them man would burn down the stadium.
Yeah, I just realized because I got an Irish ex. I just realized how much the Irish hate England. Yeah, that would be hilarious,
bro.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Come on, fam.
You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or a Turk managing Greece or something like that, bro. The shit's not happening.
You have to deliver a trophy, otherwise it's long.
Do you know what I'm saying? They'll lose it, bro. Do you know what I mean? That can't run today, fam. Do you know what I mean, bro? The way these men hate Declan Rice, yeah, just because he plays for England now, bro, and the Brent played like 2 games. You know the ones they hate, man. Like they wouldn't do it.
I think Grealish as well. He was another one.
Yeah, but they hate Rice kind of more in it. But both of them. Do you know what I mean? Like when Rice was getting cussed on Irish TV, it's because man played a couple games for them and then he changed it, bro. That's why the man are always cooking him. Like they have enough managers now, yeah, in 2024 that there's no reason to ever do that. There's no reason. If it was back in the day, yeah, and man are seen as, you know what, man are up and coming and we're not really doing nothing, we don't have the players and we need something to help kickstart, yeah, then fair enough. But they're not there no more. They're not there no more, bro. Like Ireland have enough good players and they have enough managers that they don't need to do that no more, bro.
Yeah, they're building up a decent core for this generation, ain't they? I've been hearing a little bit about the Irish generation coming
they're
up.
doing their thing, bro. Do you know what I mean? They're not gonna go and then bring through an Englishman or a Scottish brother or a Welsh brother. It don't make no sense, innit? So the Martinez thing, yeah, don't make no sense. It don't really make no sense. You get it?
I understand that.
And that's what it is. Yeah. And even the Lee Carsley thing, yeah, bro. Lee Carsley played for Everton, bro, for a long time. His kids were probably born here. And he's got roots in England, bro. So he might not be Irish himself. But like I said, man's got roots here, bro. The same way Jose's kind of got roots here. That's why we've kind of adopted Jose.
Yeah, I'm all for adopting Jose personally. Shout out Jose.
Like, we've kind of adopted him because he's been here so long. You know, like that. And this is what it is. And like, there's even times where I think he's gone abroad to work and his family have stayed here. You get me? So man have kind of adopted Jose. So I get the Jose thing. I fully get it. Do you know what I'm saying? But, and bro, even Klopp's been here nearly 10 years. You know, he's been here nearly 10 years. So if them man were like, oh, Klopp's one of our own and that now, cool, say no more. Klopp's been here for time. You get me? But there has to be a cultural, there has to be some sort of cultural acknowledgement and familiarity.
So if they've had an extended time in the country, you see them as like an exception to the rule.
100%. 100%. Cool. They have to be. They have to be. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why England tried to do the Arteta thing because he was at Everton, and then he was.
That's why I get you getting Jose and Klopp, but Tuchel was here for like a year or two. I guess.
That's what I mean. Tuchel, fuck Tuchel, man. You know the ones that fuck Tuchel. Go manage Germany.
I even get from like a managerial perspective, you're looking at 2 completely different extremes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. So obviously, for me, especially with the English, because of the arrogance that these men have, yeah, and the amount of chest these men talk with, have your own fucking manager. Have your own manager, bro. You can't be talking with all this fucking chat. It's coming home and that. Home of football. Cool. Find an English manager.
It's that simple. Yeah, coming home to get everything from home then.
That's it, bro. Or humble yourself. Do you know what I mean? Or humble yourself and admit that, you know what, we're not really that good. We need help. Because it can't be both.
That's it for me. I've always been on the latter one. I've said like all this it's coming home stuff is a laugh to me. That's why if you're going to wheel in someone from another country that I know can win it, go for it. I'm trying to have a good night out. That's all it was to be. I already know like the whole Euros talk. Yeah, it's coming home this time. Sure. We have Southgate in charge who struggled in literally every single game. But yeah, we're going to beat the only semi-decent big team that there is. Sure. Okay.
I hear it. You know what I'm saying? What's this? Hold on, what? Then the Euros in negotiations with Man United. United have opened. Huh?
Oh, really? Huh?
Nah, I don't believe this, man. I don't believe this.
That's a little turn. If that's the case.
I don't believe this still.
Who's that source?
I don't know, bro. Man like Nabil, fam. You know the ones I don't really know, bro. I don't know who that is. I can't lie, bro. I'm just not believing it.
No, I get, because all sources are saying that he's waiting for Madrid. Journalists for football and L'Equipe. Okay, so there might be a little bit to it.
Oh, well, if he's French, then, but still, man, I don't care, bro. Listen,
French sources,
I'm not believing it until I see, yeah, because obviously we've already had a bid accepted. So if he wants to play for Man United, then it shouldn't take long. You get me? If he's not a Man United player, yeah, by Friday, he's not coming, innit?
To be fair, if it's even legit, you'll hear something from a Fabrizio or Ornstein soon.
And listen, take Fabrizio out of it. You know the ones there, like, because he's not legit.
You don't fuck with Fabrizio like
bro,
that.
Fabrizio's having a worse summer than us in London, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Bro, listen, bro, it was flooded. The roads were flooded yesterday, bro.
Oh yeah,
middle of July, bro.
I was fuming, man. Like this country's pissing me off with its weather. 2 dead summers in a row.
Bro, listen, it's crazy. I can't even lie, bro. It's like, man, I know certain man think the government control the weather. You need to let them man know that it's July, fam. Because, bro, it took me 45 minutes to do a 15-minute drive yesterday, blood, because all the roads were flooded on the A40. Man, I was doing that back roads and that. Like, bro, I'm not trying to, you get me?
That's crazy.
So I'm not really trying to believe Fabrizio right now. So man just have to wait and see what I go on for this L'Equipe brother Nabil, yeah. But if we get Lenny Yoro, the murmurs are that if we get Lenny Yoro, then we're not gonna get De Ligt, because they both want basically to be starting centre backs. So we can't sign them both.
Makes sense, to be honest.
Those are the murmurs, innit? That I'm saying. I don't know how true they are, but the murmurs are that both of them kind of want to be assured of playing time, innit? And we can't sign both of them. So I don't know. We've had the bid accepted, so who knows?
That's the thing. Like, I get that from both sides, but my only thing is that if Yoro was to join you guys, I really think he's just using you guys as more of a stepping stone to join Madrid, and like that might have to play a factor too. De Ligt could be a more long-term defender for you.
Nah, but you know what? I would say that, but you know what I would do, yeah? What I would do is I'd put a release clause, yeah, in his contract. So we're guaranteed to get a certain amount of bread. You know what I want? Just in case he tried to do something booky like that. I'd put like an 80 million release clause or something, or more than that. If we think he's going to be as good as we're saying we are, like, if he does join us, there's always a possibility he could end up at Real Madrid, because that was his first choice. So if we are going to take him, we have to not make the mistake that we made with CR7, yeah, and just put a release clause in the contract, because that way there's none of this, players trying to force his way out and all that. Bro, all right, cool. If you want him, run us the 90 mil or something, you can have it. And there's no
problem. I hear that, but I don't think you get him if you put too big of a release clause on him, because then you're going to just potentially value him out of another.
Yeah, but then that's his business. Then, like the same way he needs to protect himself, bro. The same way he's got to protect himself, we got to protect ourselves, because, bro, we're not in the business, yeah, of making players better for other clubs, man. Fuck that.
No, I understand that. That's why I'm thinking, like, it might low-key make more sense for you to go for De Ligt. Like, Yoro might have a higher ceiling, but I don't think he's looking to spend the majority of his career at United. De Ligt, I think, would be more likely to stay there.
I hear it. All right, bro, man.
The number 9.
Bro, this can't be real, man. This can't be real, man. Allow it. If Rasmus Højlund gets the number 9, scrap the season.
No way.
Scrap the whole season, bro. You know what I mean? I'll be real. Scrap the whole fucking season. Man said Lenny discussions after Leo accepted the bid. Yeah, so this thing keeps coming up. I don't really know, man. Man said that man gonna be doing the R9 thing with Rasmus. We can't have that.
Oh my!
we can't have that.
They're gonna run R9 prop again. Fuck.
We can't.
I heard that since I tried to do it for Lukaku. Bro, oh dear.
Yeah, no. They need to give Xerxes that 9 still. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
only been reported by United stands, so like depends on.
That doesn't mean anything, bro. I'll be honest. But also, do we know what number Xerxes getting yet? Because bro, if he doesn't get the 9, bro, I'm praying that Tony could still cut through. Like,
should maybe Xerxes getting the 11? Was that his number at Bologna or was it 9?
Oh, 9. It was 9.
So why is Hoyland? That makes even less sense. What?
I have no idea.
That's confusing then.
Man said the journalist
at the 11 then. That would have been the only thing that made sense.
Nah, that's crazy. The journalist who broke the initial Yoro story. Okay, so you man are saying that this guy is reliable, yeah? I'm gonna take you lot's word for it because I don't know who this brother is, innit? But if you're saying he's reliable, then he's reliable. Interesting.
He worked for a couple of reliable outlets, got a good amount of followers, but like, I haven't seen too much from him in terms of Chelsea news to come to a conclusion.
No, fair enough. You know what? Like, if that's the case, it's good news, isn't it? To be honest, like I've been kind of watching a little bit more of him to see what he's about on the ball, and he's better on the ball than I thought. Do you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the compilations of him, yeah, just show him making slide tackles and shit. Do you know what I'm saying? But actually on the ball, he looks clumsy, bro. He looks like Wan-Bissaka clumsy, but actually on the ball, he's decent. He's pretty decent, but I don't know how I feel about an 18-year-old starting at centre-back for Man United. I don't know how I feel about that, man. I'll be honest.
No, I hear it. It's just from everything I've heard about Yoro, he's already playing well beyond his years. And like I get that's probably why Real Madrid are already looking at him at this point.
But they're looking at him, but they're not serious. You get me? Like they see him as a squad option still. Like they obviously don't think he's ready.
Squad option for now, but Madrid are operating at a different level, isn't it? That's going to be in the long term.
I know, but like for instance, someone like Arda, yeah, because Arda was meant to be going Barcelona and Real Madrid hijacked it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they like really, really, really rated him. Like them man know that we're in for my man and we've agreed fee terms, and they're not really moving quicker. Like, do you get it? Like they're not like they're not showing any urgency, which shows me that they're not really too fussed about him, and maybe he feels that.
I think more like the way they're moving is just based on how much Yoro wants Real Madrid, and it's just like, okay, cool, we can just chill. We can go get you next year. You have a year left on your contract. We know your valuation. We're not going above it. If you lot don't want to take it, fine. He wants to join Madrid. We'll wait a year. Don't care. We can get him for free. That's why I think the Madrid and Barca are known for doing that sort of stuff. They'll even try and play dirty and get the player to like skip training and go AWOL, force a move, anything to try and lower the valuation a little bit and make it easier for them. So I think they are genuinely interested in him. They know their stance. I think they're in a very confident position. They don't need to do too much.
No, I hear that. Be interesting. Man said, is Sancho going to stay now after the Ten Hag talks? We hope so, but we don't know for sure. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd think so. I'd think so. I'd hope so. Do you know what I'm saying? But we just need to wait and see. Hopefully
he's going to outlive Ten Hag.
Yeah, hopefully he has a good preseason. Do you know what I mean? And if he has a good preseason, that will help. That will help a lot. Do you know what I mean? But I think he probably stays, just based on the fact that how much it would cost to buy him, including the wages. I don't think one's going to pay that amount of money.
The wages, I don't think you're going to find a club that's going to take him on that money. So he just has to make it work at United. At least show why people should be giving him those sorts of wages.
100%. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But guys, to be honest, this number speculation, yeah, until it actually happens, we need not really worry too much about that. Do you know what I mean? Rasmus has already got a starting 11 number, and he shouldn't have one. And what we know for sure is that he ain't really rated like that amongst the hierarchy at the club, or else we wouldn't have made another striker our top priority. So giving him the 9 wouldn't really make sense, because I don't see him at the club long term. It could be a money grab from Man United, different shirt number, because they done it with Zlatan 1 year as well. He had I think he had the 10 for 1 year, then I think it was 11 then. No,
he had the 9.
He went from
took Martial's 9, didn't it?
You went from 9 to 10,
and
or
then
9
Lukaku took the 9, and he went to 11.
Okay, 9 to yeah. So yeah, he had 2 different numbers at Man United, innit? And
Yeah.
sometimes them man do it just for the cash grab. Do you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't make no sense to me. It doesn't make no sense to me to give him the number 9 because he doesn't look like a long-term signing. And based off failing in the European Championships, why would you give him the 9? Like, it makes no logical sense. So I wouldn't hold on to the fact that that's going to happen until it actually happens, because I don't see any logic behind it at the moment.
I don't get it at all, to be honest. Like you've already given him a high profile number anyway, ain't lived up to that. Yeah. Why are you gonna give him an even more high?
This is what I'm saying. Number? We've given him a starting 11 number, yeah, and the guy's failed. So why would we give him the 9, bro? Based off what?
Yeah, like there's been so much discourse with United in the last few years about like giving away big numbers to meaty players. So like, why they do it again? That don't make any sense.
And also, like, Ineos came in, and even Jim Ratcliffe came in, and his immediate kind of thoughts were, we need a proper striker. So why would you give the 9 to Rasmus if you clearly don't rate him? Like, none of that doesn't make sense to me. So I wouldn't really I wouldn't read too much into that right now.
I hear that.
Xerxes to Ronaldinho. You know what it is, yeah? Motta played with Ronaldinho, and he probably just means, he just probably means stylistically in terms of like his skill set and like just how laid back he is on the ball and stuff like that. I don't think he doesn't mean Ronaldinho in terms of like level. He doesn't mean that. Do you know what I mean? He probably just means his whole kind of demeanor and shit like that, because he is skillful and he does mad things, and he's got like a kind of languid kind of style, but it's not no Ronaldinho level. Don't expect no sombreros and shit from Xerxes. He's not that kind of player, innit? He's not. Do you know what I mean? I think there was context to what he said, but he said that Batistuta and Zlatan were like 2 players he kind of modeled his game on, innit? And Batistuta is one of my favorite 9s, bro. So it's one of them ones where, bro, listen, even if he can even remotely resemble Zlatan, yeah, because even a 35-year-old Zlatan at Man United, like, he made an impact when he came in. If he can make the impact that Zlatan made, he'll be a great signing. Do you know what I mean? So, man, have to wait and see what Xerxes does. But I'm looking forward to him. He was needed. He was 100%. He was 100% needed, bro. Do you know what I mean? And even Ten Hag said that we've got a lot of direct attacking players, and he gives us something completely different in it. And we need someone that's not direct. And we lost that when we lost Martial. So yeah, man. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing him play for Manchester United still. Like, it's
a big, the best out of your wingers. I hear it.
Yeah, it's more a big signing.
Better attack, more goals. I get it.
Are you still in for Osimhen?
Like, we're still looking at him, but like the overall package is still way too much. Like, I think it's still 85 million up front now, and 250k a week in wages and an agent fee, which apparently is just looking like too much for us. But if we want to do, if we're not going for him, low-key, I'm thinking we're not going to get a striker the way things are going. There's a lot of conversations about us experimenting with Nkunku as a 9 in pre-season and seeing if that works. And if that works, we'll go with Nkunku, Jackson, and Mark Hiu for next season. Which, like, I'd rather that than you go in for an Omrodion or another inexperienced striker who might make it in a year or two. Because you got Mark Hiu, that's meant to be the guy you're going to give that role to. Why are you getting another one? Omrodion makes no sense. If you're talking Spain's next number 9, then why the hell did we get Mark Hiu? He's meant to be the next number 9. So if that's the 3 you're gonna go for, I mean, if it isn't gonna be Osimhen or like anybody, even a Tony or maybe a Gyökeres, like, genuinely it is what it is. Jackson's could have a better second season. He had a good end to last season and a good first season in the Prem. And Nkunku is a bagsman. We already know that from his time in the Bundesliga. Mark Hiu, throw him the Conference League. Just see how he does. I don't really care past that.
Interesting. Yeah, man said just get Tony and call it a day. I think, to knit everything together, you lot need a striker, bro. Like, if Chelsea go into the season without a striker, I think that you've done yourself a disservice, man. Like I said it before, like you lot are the only team I've seen, spunk £1 billion, and not cover all bases. Do you know what I mean? Like for me,
I hear it.
If I was gonna spend £1 billion, on a football team, I'm spending over half that just on attackers that can win me games. Over half of that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's easier to teach how to defend and how to attack. That's why attackers cost more money.
That's mainly structural.
Yeah, it's all structural, bro. You don't need the best defenders to have a good defense. But when it comes to scoring goals, bro, I need players in it. And when you think that you've got players like Fofana that you spent big money on, at the time you spent big money on what's his name from Napoli, the centre back, and he stayed for one season. Koulibaly. All these guys.
To be fair, we made all of that back on Koulibaly. Thank God.
I know, but when you're spending 50 million, 60 millions on defenders and that, it's like, and then you got dusty wingers, bro. That man had a dusty Sterling, man had a dusty Ziyech, man had all these dusty Mudryk.
That all came from the first transfer window where we had no directors and it was literally Bowley and Tuchel, and you can see how much of a mess that window was. And even in terms of like players like Cucurella, who I do think was a good signing, I spent 65 million on the brother. Like, bruv, that's where my problem. That all mainly comes from the first window before the directors and everything, and you can clearly see a massive gulf from the players that we got in there and the valuation compared to what we're doing now. But I understand that too. Like in terms of like what we spent on like left wing, for example, is just we need another left winger. We're looking at another striker as well. I would rather like Tony's literally there and nobody has gone in for him yet. The Euros are done. He's back now. Can we just try and accelerate that one a little bit? He's right there. Did
West Ham sign a striker?
No,
because they were heavily linked with him.
No, they're linked with Duran. They're linked with Duran now.
Yeah, they're linked with Duran. They've been heavily linked with Tony, unless he's told them no. Do you know what I mean? Because I heard murmurs that they were willing to pay the money for him. And
I'm not sure. But I feel like Tony would be waiting for someone more high profile.
I think so as well. But West Ham have got ambition and they've got money, bro. Like they will pay him. But I think Tottenham need to really make him the priority. You and Spurs need a striker more than anyone else. So you two should be fighting for Ivan Toney. Like if you're not, I think you might have missed the trick. I'll be real.
Like I'm really just hoping like the whole Toney situation has been quiet because he's at the Euros and Southgate has just locked off any talks during that time because he already knew that was happening well before the tournament. That's why the whole idea with Gallagher was that we try and sell him immediately after the season was done. Couldn't get it done, and now it's been quiet for a month.
Fairs.
Now he's back. Hopefully, just get rid of him and get in either a Tony, Gyökeres. Like, even with Osimhen, like, Lukaku should be easy make weight in this deal. And I don't get how we can't formulate this.
Because you know that they want him anyway, you know?
Yeah, like, as soon as they sell Osimhen, be it to Chelsea or anywhere else, they're coming in for Lukaku. And that deal is basically like already there, even if we may or may not take lower than 38 million. Like for me, I don't care how much we take for Lukaku. It's already an L. Just get rid of him. Get the wages off the books and just move on. But if they want a striker and we want their striker, like how difficult is it to get this one?
Probably the disagreements on valuation.
I don't even think it's valuation, just more like structure. Because we like doing a thing where we pay above the release clause, and then we pay. Yeah, we pay in better installments. But with the release clause, we've got to do it all up top, and I think that's where the problem is. We don't want to pay 120 million up top, and then the wage fees, and then all of that, and that's what's complicating the whole situation.
Interesting. No, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, but I don't know. We'll see, man. Man said maybe there's something in Tony's background. No, I don't think so. I don't think the interest is low in Tony. I think with Ivan Toney, people know what they need to do to get him. Like it's a straightforward deal to make because everyone knows that Brentford are open to selling him and are resigned to losing him, and they know that he wants to leave. So it's a very easy deal to do. Do you know what I mean? So that's the reason why I don't think there's a saga, because everyone knows that around 50 million can get him. Like everyone knows that. It's a very, very straightforward deal to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if behind the scenes people are inquiring about potentially, do you know what I mean, what can be done before they pull the trigger. I don't think
there's no saga really, because just no one's made the first step. The only like club that we've heard potentially have pulled out on it was Arsenal. Apparently, like,
and even then their interest wasn't even really strong anyway.
Yeah.
Bro.
There's something about like they did some attitude thing, and like I don't know or care. Like, but if Arsenal aren't in for him, great. That's one team off the list, and like that'll be the one team I was mainly worried about.
No, 100%. But yeah, he's not an Arsenal player for sure, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's got a winning mentality. So it's one of them things where he doesn't fit in there. So it's one of them ones I could see why they wouldn't want him. So which is great. Like hopefully United do what needs to be done. Pull the trigger on that deal, yeah. Do you know what I mean? All the people saying, "Oh, we don't need him. We got fucking Hoyland and we got Xerxes, bro." Listen, I grew up watching Man United. I've been watching Man United with Berbatov on the bench, bro. Do you think I got time for all this "we don't need him" shit, bro? You buy these players, yeah, and you figure out where you're gonna play them later.
I hear it. Like we had the same arguments on my channel when we were first linked with Elisa, and then it just got to that same point. Look, I don't care. He's good enough. If we can get him, go get him.
That's
if not,
like worry about the other shit after.
Yeah,
100%.
But like, if you have someone who's walking in and becoming your best or second best right winger, speaks for itself, innit? Speaks for itself.
I hear it. Do you know what I mean? So now the game is the game. What the fuck? Villa want more than 55 million euro bid for Moussa Diaby. Bro, what?
Yeah, apparently agreed personal terms already.
Brother, 55 million for Diaby. Hey, you gotta take that. He ain't even 55 million. This is crazy. This is crazy. But I don't know.
Yeah. Saudi ain't playing, bro. They're coming in for more players. I think they offered Edison.
They want Edison. They're looking at De Bruyne. They're looking at a few players, man. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Hopefully Saudi come and give us some bread, man, because we got some jobs to do.
Yo, like Saudi is like our get out of jail free card for hopefully Kepa and Lukaku. That Al Ittihad are trying to go for Kepa too. We already rejected one offer for him, which makes me wonder what they offered, because I don't know why we'd reject anything for Kepa. Like, just take whatever we're getting. The only like question mark around that is Kepa's waiting for Real Madrid because Lunin might leave because of a contract situation, and if he leaves, he'll just go sit on the bench on Madrid for less money.
Exactly.
So that's what's waiting. If he stays, then hopefully we bin Kepa off to Saudi, or just let him rot on the bench for a year. I don't care. Just don't do Kepa versus Sanchez next season. Trusting in Sanchez is already enough of a risk without having to rely on Kepa as the other option. I'm good.
In fact, I hear it. Big up the chat, guys. Get these lights up, man. Let's get to 700. You man are sleeping. I've just seen in the group chat Saeed's going crazy over Lenny Yoro blood. Over here, guys, we're gonna stay relaxed in it because it's not done yet. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Big up Saeed. I saw him in the chat earlier, but the Euro thing's not done yet. So man, I'm not getting carried away yet. But do you know what I mean? The signs are looking promising. Bro, we have to talk about our star boys, man, because they had a solid Euros amongst all the bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Cole Palmer doing what Cole Palmer does, and Kobe Mino doing what Kobe Mino does, bro. Do you know what I mean? Some of the few players to actually leave the Euros with fucking credit in the bank, bro.
I felt so bad for Mino in that final, though. He got left to die, surrounded by Jude and Rice, and like felt for him.
I'm Foden as well, man. I'm sorry, like it's one of them ones. Where a lot of man in this chat, bro. I remember when I initially said it, yeah, and I told you, man, about Cole Palmer, and I said, listen, Cole Palmer's what these man think Phil Foden is. A man were like, Rants, it's his first season and that. A man was, bro, listen, I was getting cooked, bro. Listen, Phil Foden, yeah, is a good footballer, innit? But brother, you see what Cole Palmer has? It's the intangibles, blood. It's the intangibles. It's give me the ball anywhere on the pitch and I'll win the game for you. Like, you can't teach players that shit, bro. Cole Palmer has got that. All right, cool. I'm gonna call time on this football match and just end the game, bro. He's got that. Phil Foden ain't got that. Phil Foden is a brilliant footballer. Do you know what I'm saying? But this Brere's not going to create something out of nothing. He's not that kind of player, innit? And I've been saying it, and that's no disrespect to Phil Foden. You can critique someone, yeah, without hating on them, bro. Not every time you make an observation about a player, you're hating on them. And not every player you need to see for 5 years to know that they're a top player, bro. Literally, as soon as I saw Cole Palmer play properly for a full 90 minutes, because I never really got to see that at Man City. And also in a Pep system, it's very hard to judge players in Pep system because Pep systems make everyone look good. This brother is a monster, Cole Palmer. He's a monster, bro. In terms of pure ability, yeah, and what he can do in attacking areas, he's England's best player.
I hear
by some distance as well. It's not close. The England do not have an attacking player anywhere near Cole Palmer in terms of his final product. We don't have no one near him, bro. Like, I love Jaden, yeah. Jaden's amazing on the ball. He's got the football IQ like Cole Palmer, but Cole Palmer's got this thing where, cool, edge of the box, one touch, whips, goal. They hold that. Sancho ain't got that.
Cole Palmer's more than just a saying. That's the thing. Like, that brother's just, like, Noah Key ain't afraid of any occasion. Any occasion. If it's a final, cool, give me the ball, I'll do something. 2-1 down, late on, give me the ball, I'll do something. And like, that's the sort of mentality that you want in your players. I feel like a lot of the stuff with Cole Palmer just comes down to the fact that he's done it for one season. People just want to see some longevity. That's fine. You'll see the longevity.
Bro, I saw Mike Tyson knocking Donnies out at 19 years old. I never said, oh, like, he's only knocked out 5 guys. Bro, are they knocked out or they not knocked out? You know, it don't matter how many guys you knock.
What it is, it's a little bit of tribalism attached to it. That's what it is. They're like, look, Palmer's good and everything, but can he do it for more than one season? I don't know, innit? It's the same thing they said about Kane. It's the same thing they said about Saka. All because there's a little bit of tribalism attached.
It's true, though. Harry Kane, it's true. He top scored and they were like, oh, yeah, but then 5 seasons later, he's doing it. It's nonsense. Bro, either you can do something or you can't do it. Like, I don't see... That's what I mean about football fans, yeah? Longevity is overrated. I only need to see you do something, yeah, consistently for a short period of time to know whether you have it or not. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? Like, all of this longevity shit, bro. I never needed to see players like, bro, Dimitri Payet probably had one of the best individual Premier League seasons of all time. He never needed to do it for 5 years for me to know that that's one of the best individual Premier League seasons I've ever seen. The same goes for Yaya Toure, had one of the best individual Premier League seasons I've ever seen. Man, he don't need to do it for 6 years in a row. I've seen enough. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are these people talking about? Man don't need to do it 6 times in a row. What Cole Palmer does, yeah, is just what Cole Palmer does. It doesn't matter. This guy's gone to a Chelsea team as a youngin'. They haven't signed him as the talisman, you know. They've signed him for the future. And he's turned up and said, this is my team. Now, penalties, Raheem, give me that ball. That's mine. What are we doing? And the bro's just winning games, bro. And man are saying that, bro, how is he not starting for England? How? Like, players like him, the way he carried Chelsea, you have to shoehorn him into that England side. You have to make it fit, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to... Who cares? Just play him. The way they're shoehorning Jude Bellingham into this team, yeah, you have to find a place for Cole Palmer, bro. You have to.
That's facts. The fact that Foden and Bellingham started so many games that tournament was a sackable offense by itself.
Bro, it's crazy. Like, bro, you have to find a way to play Cole Palmer. Like, what are we doing? And this is the problem with England, bro. That they make me sick because it's like the answers are there. The answers are there. My biggest problem with England is they've tried so hard to convince people they're a footballing nation when they're not. Just play 2 strikers. We don't really have wingers. Cole is a number 10. Saka's probably the only guy that you can call a winger because he plays winger for his club and that. Gordon never played. Eze is not a winger. Like, what are we doing? You played Bellingham left midfield, bro. Fuck out of here. Just play 2 strikers. And drop someone. Drop someone. Why are you playing Bellingham, Foden, Rice, Mino, bruv. Drop one of them for a striker. Be brave. Drop someone. Like, what are we doing? Play 2 strikers, bro. Like,
all you gotta remember is these are options off the bench. It's like,
yeah,
no,
but
you
bro,
want to win the game and not rely on the bench.
But brother, we only brought those players on when we were losing. Like every other time. So that means if we weren't losing, he wouldn't have brought man on. And this is my problem, bro. Cole Palmer is a fucking monster, bro. Like, when we're talking about some of the best young players in Europe right now, he's in the conversation. Because I think everyone
5 goals and assists in Europe last season.
Bro, I think we can all agree right now, yeah, that when it comes to players that are guaranteeing high levels of goals and assists, yeah, it's a very, very tight market. It's a tight market because he had more GA than Jude Bellingham, and everyone's talking about Jude Bellingham, yeah, because he's at Real Madrid. But let's be honest, yeah, there's probably a lot of strikers that don't have the amount of goal contributions that Cole Palmer has. So what are we talking about?
I don't get
fucking unbelievable, bro. Like, I don't understand how someone like Cole Palmer is even a conversation. Like, how can it be a conversation? Like, what is there to talk about? Man saw the goal he scored might have been his first touch.
It was like literally 2 minutes on the pitch.
Bro, who does that with their first touch, bro?
No, I think he even started the build-up for that goal.
Come on,
because he's the one who I think passed it to Saka, who drove it up the pitch. Then there was a cross into the box. Bellingham backed it back into Palmer. Then he scored.
Bro, that means, bro, that was his first shot on goal, yeah, and he scored, bro. Off the bench.
First touch as well. I mean, there was a one-touch shot.
Yeah, bro, come on.
It.
Bro, he's the only player in that whole squad that was capable of scoring that goal. The only one. So what are we doing, bro? Like, what are we actually doing? Like, man have to just keep it real, yeah? Phil Foden, cool. Phil Foden has won so many Premier Leagues. He's won a treble and all of that. He should be carrying this team. We need to accept 2 things. Phil Foden doesn't have the pressure on him that he should have, because he should have the pressure on him that Beckham had, that Rooney had, because you're supposedly at the best team in England, yeah, and you're supposedly England's best player, and you've won the most amount of trophies, bro. Why are you not carrying your country, bro? You're not carrying because Palmer's better than you, bro. Man just have to keep it a buck. Like, Palmer's better than him. Like, it's okay. Like, Cole Palmer's special. Like, he's special. Phil Foden is a very talented footballer, yeah, but Cole Palmer has something that you cannot teach, bro. It's in his veins, bruv. You cannot teach what Cole Palmer has. You just cannot. And Kobe Mino's got that same thing. You cannot teach it.
Nurture them.
Yeah, but that's why Kobe Mino...
Stop trying to push the old generation to leave with a trophy.
But this is what I'm trying to say. This is why Kobe Mino can go on the pitch, yeah, off the bench, put his foot on the ball, drag it, and take 3 players out the game, because they've got something in their veins that you cannot teach, bro. And we should be, yeah, nurturing that talent, yeah, and pushing that to the forefront. That's what we should be doing, bro. The reason why man are looking at Kobe Mino and saying, yeah, he changed the England midfield, because he's the only one that can just pick up the ball and do something. Unfortunately, Foden is not a player that just picks up the ball and does things. Foden picks up the ball and looks for someone to pop it off to and get it back. That's what he does. And if he doesn't have that, he's not doing nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? So all the Gaza comparisons are false, because Gaza used to pick up the ball and just make things happen. Foden can't make things happen. Yeah, bro, he can't make things happen, bro. Like, this is not me saying that Phil Foden's not good. He's a quality player, but he fits a certain style of football and a certain system, bro. And his personality won't allow him to be the talisman that people are trying to make him be. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between being part of the system and being the system. Cole Palmer is the system, bro. Mino is the system. Just give them the fucking ball, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And England need to understand, yeah, that international football is not about systems. We don't have one system that's ingrained in all of our players like the Spanish do. We don't. The Spanish have one way of playing that they kind of all understand, that they can identify with. The English players don't have that. So because of that, we need individuals, bro. We don't need guys that, I play this system for my club. This ain't your fucking club. And then you look at the Premier League. Look how many different nationalities of managers we got in the Premier League. In Spain, most of the managers are probably Spanish. In England, that's not the case. So these men are playing
from Madrid. Yeah, I hear it.
But that's what I mean.
And
so they're playing.
They said Xavi.
But there you go. And even Barca, to a certain degree, yeah, they still have an identity that is very much kind of ingrained in the club. So their football identity kind of will stay the same way to a certain degree. In England, you got so many different types of coaches, so many different types of football, all these different things. All these players are used to playing different football with their clubs anyway. So we just need to pick our best players, bro. And that might not be the players that play for the best teams. It might just be our best players, which is why I'm taking Ross Barkley. Do you know what I mean? I'm taking players like that because they can do stuff. I'm taking Jack Grealish. I'm taking Maddison because they can do stuff. Jude Bellingham and fucking Phil Foden have got blood on their hands for the performances I've seen from these guys. Facts. I'll be real. Considering they're supposed to be our most high-profile players, like Kobe Mino and Cole Palmer have showed these men up.
The way I saw everyone sucking up Bellingham for that overhead kick after dropping a stinker for 95 minutes drove me insane. So, yep, this is the country, man. Yeah, cool. Like, what a goal and everything. I don't forget how cheeks you are all game.
Facts.
Remember, I was in the pub. I barely even celebrated. I was like, how? Like, this is
You're a brave man, you know, as a black man to go watch football outside your house. Yo, blood. I ain't watching England play football in no pub.
I hear it, but like, maybe it's just my perspective. I've just never had a problem. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I'm lucky. God's got my back.
Man. You're a madman. Man said, don't forget Saka. No, Saka had a good tournament, man. Saka Saka did what he can do, bro. Saka and Guehi did what they could do. Do you know what I'm saying? They did what they could do, bro. They didn't let their country down, bro. Like, Saka did what he always does. He's going to give you a certain level in it. Like, Saka doesn't really have bad overall games. I've seen him have bad attacking games where he can't get past his player, but he'll keep the ball for you, innit? Like, I don't have a problem with Saka. But when I look at someone like Phil Foden, yeah, because I rate Phil Foden so much, yeah, I cannot sleep on the fact that Phil Foden gets away with murder for this country. Because for what he's won and who he plays for, the pressure that was on Jude Bellingham should have been on him. Jude Bellingham's 20 years old or 21. Phil Foden must be, what, 23? 23? And he's won 5 Prems. 23, 24, and he's won 5 Premier Leagues and won a Champions League. 24. And no one's expecting him to do more. No one's expecting him to do more. At 24 years old.
That's the thing. At least with Jude, I feel like he'll improve. He could get a bit better as a footballer.
Brother, Rooney at 20 was dragging man through games. He's got 6 Prems. Bruv, at 20 years old, Rooney was dragging us through games. This brother's 24 and we're letting him get away with that shit. He should be getting dragged. Bro, he should be getting dragged from Newcastle all the way down to fucking Exeter, bruv. Through the whole country.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But man want to blame Saka. And man want to blame other players and that. Nah, bro. This player needs to get dragged the length of the United Kingdom, bro. From fucking Inverness in Scotland all the way down, bruv.
A detour through Wales and everything.
Bro, I swear down, man, need to drag him the whole length of the fucking of the United Kingdom, bro. Because he's getting away with murder, bro. He's 24. It's not good enough, bro. I'll be real. It's not good enough. Like, where's the pressure on him? Where's the pressure on him? But these men are the same man that coming out and they're abusing Saka after the final whistle and all these other things. What did Foden do? Like, why is he allowed to just hide, bruv, and get away with it?
Saw racist comments under him and I think Mino's Instas.
Bro, the brother didn't even take a penalty either, bro. Like, why are we not talking about this?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not talking about the fact these men didn't take penalties either? What? Like, bro, this is what I'm trying to
Oh
say, bro.
yeah, because the whole Trent comments, someone didn't want to take it.
Foden didn't even take a penalty. The sprayer hid for the whole tournament, man. And the first couple games, yeah, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But then Southgate moved him centrally, yeah, and moved Jude out wide, and he still didn't do nothing. So what are we doing? Like, I can only defend you for so long.
I hear it, man's got to hold that.
That's what I mean. Nah, he can fuck off, man. Do you know what I mean? I can't lie, man. The guy is a system player until proven otherwise, bro. He owes the country a lot, bro. I'll be honest, he owes the country a lot, bro. Do you know what I mean? So that's why man have to hail up Saka and hail up Kobe Mino, because their man showed up at least. Do you get me? And that's what it is. And shout out fucking Cole Palmer. Hey, big up you lot. Make sure you run up the likes. We're redirecting over to Lee Gunner's channel. You man already know the drill. What you got coming up, my bro?
Yeah, we got transfer stream at 4 p.m. guys. So keep a lookout for that. Keep a lookout. We'll be talking all things Chelsea. And yeah, I'll be locked into the Lee Gunner stream as well. So big up everyone.
Come on, people. Yeah, man. Big up the chat. And yeah, I'll see you straight over there, people. Big up.